will talk today about monitoring of video delivery. We do a very small piece of software called Probe, which could be installed anywhere on the network, and it monitors how video is delivered to this exact point. And I like to share my experience in this stuff. So almost every month, or even twice a month, a new customer came to me with the same discussion. It starts with a simple question. How much CPU resources are required to your software probe? Answer, almost nothing. We run it even on Raspberry Pi. OK, the next question, could you compile it to different type of Linuxes? Answer is yes. And I already know the next question. Could you compile it for our set-top box? Actually, this looks as a brilliant idea. Why do we need to install any kind of additional hardware to install a probe in it? We have 100,000 set-top boxes in our network, and we may monitor everything from the set-top box. Correct? Unfortunately, no. To be honest, when we started this business 9 years ago, I was also dreaming about controlling everything from the set-top box. But as far as I got a bit more experience in video monitoring, I understood that things are not that simple. Let's start from the secondary reasons. First of all, if we install the software on all the set boxes in the network, it's not that good idea, because they will provide a lot of data, and all this will be absolutely identical data. A lot of identical data will come to our servers. We have to serve it, to operate with it, and it's absolutely no sense. Another problem is that the probe and the player in set-top box will run on the same, not very fast hardware. And all the time, they will share resources, and they will share limited resources. And all the time, you need to discuss with set-top box developers, with the software developers for set-top box, who is responsible for problems which appears there. Is it probe does not provide enough CPU power to player, or player somehow affect the probe? And very often, those you just cannot solve those problems. Another question is where to integrate the probe. Could we integrate it into the player? In this case, we will listen only for those subvariants which player currently play. Or we may install probe somewhere, not with the player, and it may control all subvariants. But in this case, we will receive a lot of additional traffic to the set-top box. Which streaming to monitor? Do we need to monitor all the streams somehow divided by number of active set-top boxes, or we can monitor just those streams which are currently played and know nothing about others? But actually, the main problem here is integration. Integration itself is very easy. Just install the probe, that's it. But the debugging is a hell. Which of you was a manager of this type of a product? Probably those people can understand me. But it's hard to explain to others. I may say that you see my gray hair. 6 years ago, it was brown. You know, Alberto, yeah. Just imagine that 3 weeks in a row, each day start with a call of a manager, of a player developer, starting with your F-word player, again, ate all the resources, all the system resources, and our decoder, our player, cannot decode all stream without drop frames. And then my developers told me this cannot happen because we control everything. And we spend just 15 or 20% of system resources. And also, by the way, tell again to those idiots that they need to deliver to us the chunks as it came from a server, not concatenated, not demultiplexed, just in the same way as they appear on the server. And this talk could be, but let us talk about the primary reason. First, let us show the general data flow in HLS or Dash streaming. We have encoder, we have packager, CDN, and last mile provider. This is very simplified scheme, but there are locations where we control the data flow. Ingest level. On ingest level, we control general characteristics of incoming streams, like video quality, video freeze, audio loss, packet loss, whatever else. And usually we have around 15% errors coming from ingest. I mean 15% of 100% errors that we have on the last mile, on the set-top box itself. Then encoder level. Again, video freeze, video loss, video quality, frame drop, whatever else. Timestamps problems, and so on. This is another 15% of potential issues. Packager level. Checking that all the chunks start from IDR frame. Checking that all the variants in the same encoding, in the same stream, starting from the same frame. All the manifests, all these kind of problems. CDN level. Again, segments availability. If everything delivered, if delivered video is playable, if we have all the segments in place, this is another 15 problems. And by the way, we have no need to check the encoding in any location after just after the encoder. So after the encoder, nothing happens with video. And it's useless to check encoding on all the set-top boxes. So we need the full decoder just in one place, right after the encoder. So, and actually last mile level. And here the two main problems can appear like segment loss, not enough available bandwidth, or maybe set-top box problem. Because it's actually very often problem, especially if you change format on the encoder side. So if you change something on the encoder, especially if you change if you switch from AVC to HEVC, you will encounter numerous problems on a set-top box level. Okay, and set-top boxes give us another 15%. So that is 5 multiplied by 15 is 75, and where located other 25%? Other 25% are located in between packager and CDN. CDN, last mile provider. And these are most hard to solve stuff. And you know, video monitoring delivery needed not to make a fancy graphics with 99.99% uptime. Actual need of video monitoring is to prove to each segment that problem is in this exactly segment. You know, if you have any experience in QA, you know how hard to prove to developer that this is his mistake. Absolutely the same situation here, especially if we are working with a small provider who are working with a large CDN and large encoding company. They just not talk with him. They say, this is your set-top boxes. We deliver our signal to 100 networks and everything fine with them. CDN tell that, guys, company X deliver 100,000 files, video files with our CDN network, and nothing wrong with them. Probably it's your problem. So if we monitor video delivery on end-user set-top boxes, we have no way to prove to CDN, to packager, to encoder that problem somewhere on their side. We just see that something wrong, that's it. And I'd like to tell you a general use case, that real use case from our experience. Substantially big provider, after a year of a very good experience with his network, see that from time to time, set-top boxes does not play audio for 20 or 30 seconds. Of course, the main suspect was set-top box, because it happens with set-top boxes. We installed probes on the last mile and see that, no, there are real problems in audio chunks. Audio is there, but size of audio chunks is 0. Okay, they came to CDN, they came to packager, they came to encoder, and everybody told them, everything works fine on our side. CDN shows all the log files, all the sizes. We deliver exactly the same chunks that we receive. Encoder shows their logs, everything fine is here. First we start to talk with the encoder guys and install our probes on the ingest and after packager. And everything was fine. Then we install probes in the enter to CDN. And so that there are 0 size audio chunks. And then it took us about 2 weeks to prove to customer itself that probably something wrong in their internal infrastructure. And one week more talking to their technical people until they gave us permission to install probes on their origin servers and root servers. And then we find that on origin servers, we have everything fine, and on origin servers, there is no audio. Finally, they find that some curious technical guy find a way how to optimize efficiency of caching and do some small changes. Efficiency rise, maybe 10%. And after a day or two, end user found those problems with audio delivery. And just to summarize, customer always right is the wrong assumption. Any win for your money is a bad principle. Say, we do our best and make probes for customer set-top box. We do everything works fine, but you know, who will be happy after it? Customer will not. She pay for 3 times more than they say for standard solution, and got a solution which cover only 15% of potential problems. My wife also, because I will become completely white after this project. And me know as well how can I be happy if my wife and my customer are not happy. Thank you very much.